Steelers Wheel. Hey Google. Hey Google. Who sings that?
You're listening to Stuck in the Middle with You by Steelers Wheel.
How do you know these?
I've sent more info about this artist to your phone.
What's happening? Where's your soup?
It's still cooking.
Yeah, but you're gonna go get it in like 90 seconds
Yes.
or 45.
Yes.
Well, why are you over here?
Yes, sir. Well, because I'm bored. And I missed you.
So am I. Same.
Wow.
You are eating wonton soup from
I-
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market, but it's the same thing as the wonton soup from Trader Joe's, right?
Exactly.
And it's fantastic.
It's so good. It's got broth with sliced carrots
Yeah.
and peas and green beans, and then it has like 6 chicken wontons.
Oh, yeah.
They're so good.
And you save the wontons till the end. I'm
I
looking
do.
at 4.
I do.
Have you eaten 2, or were there 4 from the jump?
No, I've eaten 2.
Yeah. Well, that's like I do the same thing. I eat broth, I eat vegetables, and then because the wontons are the best part.
Well, you save the best for last.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
whatever your meal is.
Yeah. Well, when you serve Lennox Albert Din Din, which consists of broccoli and a chimichanga, he eats the chimichanga first,
Yeah, but
and then he takes 35 minutes to eat 6 pieces of broccoli.
right, but his sister
Yeah.
eats her broccoli first because she's realized the strategy.
Right. She gets it. That's how you do it.
And we've all tried to tell him, like,
Right.
eat your broccoli first.
Right.
And then save the good stuff for last.
Right.
And he doesn't listen.
Right. Why not?
So, I don't know.
You gotta get through the tough parts, and then the huzzah part, the
Right.
hosanna part of the Din Din emerges. So we've been watching Below Deck. It's a reality show. This from Wikipedia. Below Deck is an American reality television series that premiered on Bravo on July 1st, 2013. The show chronicles the lives of the crew members who work and reside aboard a super yacht during charter seasons. So you follow the crew, and there's part of the crew does food and cleaning of the cabins and laundry, and then the other part of the crew throws the anchor and throws ropes and busts out the jet skis. But we've been watching it. We freaking love it. We can't get enough.
Oh my gosh.
It's-
Give me more.
It's the best show ever. It's reality TV at its best and worst. Am I right? But just a few thoughts about Below Deck. And we're currently in Below Deck. We watch Below Deck Down Under because it's one season. And we're currently in season 2 of Below Deck Mediterranean. The hookups between the crew. It's fabulous. Like they fight and then they love.
Yeah, it's a bunch of young, attractive,
Very attractive.
horny,
Horny.
20-something-year-olds.
Yeah.
And so, like, there's a few guys who are wanting the same girl or vice versa.
Yeah.
So every episode, it's like, who's going to hook up with who? Who's going to fight about this person?
Yeah.
It's great.
They keep it buttoned down while they have a guest, and they charter, and they got to be business. No drinking on the ship, but once the customer says see ya, they go out into some exotic city in Croatia. Is our current destination, and they get wasted. They drink, and then it all comes out. All the drama, all the feelings that have been subsided.
It's so interesting that this became a reality show because obviously it's like rife for reality TV.
Yeah.
It's the perfect scenario. So I just wonder whoever like came up with it's like, hey, we should turn this into a reality TV. They were so right.
Geniuses.
Yes, so smart. You got all these hot people living in close quarters, working together, partying together.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's so entertaining.
It's an excellent show. The first thing I want to bring up is the hookups. So like the chef will hook up with Chief Stew number 2, and they'll kiss at a discotheque
Oh my gosh.
in Split, Croatia, which is a real city. And me and you will turn to each other and be like, "Woo!" And it made me think of in Saved by the Bell, when characters would kiss, and the studio audience would be like, "Ooh!"
Yeah.
Like specifically, Zach Morris and Lisa Turtle, when they finally kissed.
Well, that was shocking.
Yeah, exactly.
It was so shocking.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because he had a thing for Kelly Kapowski,
Right.
but Lisa Turtle was looking good, I guess.
Kelly and Zach were endgame. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember me and my brothers watching these TV shows in the 90s, and there was always a live studio audience.
Yeah.
So whenever anybody would kiss or have a romantic inkling, the audience, the live audience would be like, ah!
Ooh.
And me and my brothers in our living room would be like, ah! Because it's so like shocking and cringy.
It's so, because, well, there's two things going on. One, these characters hooking up, and it's fake. Okay, it's fiction. It's not actual love or kissing, but you're like, ooh, naughty, naughty, naughty. Lark Voorhees. But the other thing I was thinking about is Mark Paul Gosselaar, who played Zach Morris, has been working with Lark Voorhees, who played Lisa Turtle, for years. And they listen, I read the AC Slater Mario Lopez biography. They hooked up. They dated. They
yeah,
they swapped,
everyone
they
was hooking
switched.
up on that show.
Right.
And Mark Paul Gosselaar and Larkin Voorhees,
Yeah.
they were on Saved by the Bell, but they were also on the previous iteration of the show, Miss Bliss.
Good Morning, Miss Bliss.
Good Morning, Miss Bliss.
Yes,
Yeah, they
yes.
were some of the. Her, Screech, and Zach, I think, were the original Miss Bliss crew
Yeah.
that made it over to Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. So they've been working together for years. They may have
Since
dated.
they were children.
Yeah, they may have dated,
Mhm.
and then they're kissing on screen.
Yeah.
Or they didn't date and they're kissing on screen, and now they're gonna date. So it's
Right.
like, ooh.
Oh, it's so scandalous.
Yeah. And like, does Lennox and Luna have a fictional love affair to be like, ooh? Like when Dixie D'Amelio kisses Noah Beck, Google it or don't. Yes.
Well, there's no studio audience yelling, oh!
Yeah.
That's gone away. We don't have live studio audiences anymore for our shows.
And the other thing, I'm referring to TikTok. Most people watch TikTok alone. And there are times you watch TikTok in a group. I don't know. I don't have friends. But I've seen Luna in her element. And sometimes they would watch TikToks as a group. But majority of the time, you're watching it solo. So when there's kisses between Dixie and Noah Beck, are you like, ooh?
Oh. And then who are you sharing that with?
Right.
Who is your community?
Right. And the word share has become such a thing in the internet, and so share this, share that, please share, like, retweet, regram, but who are you really sharing it with? I remember sharing it with a studio audience in Burbank, California. Okay, watching a sitcom of fictional characters kissing each other.
Yeah. I loved watching shows with my brothers, and we'd all yell when something like two characters kissed or had a romantic moment.
Yeah.
And then it was so funny because the studio audience would like mirror us.
Yeah.
So we were sharing it with each other and the audience as well.
Ooh, well, do you remember when Ross and Rachel kissed?
Yeah.
The audience lost it, okay?
I got something for
The
you.
250 people in the studio audience went cray. Yeah.
Do you remember when Laura and Urkel kissed
Yes.
on Family Matters?
Family Matters.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Our cat Frankie is here.
Never mind Urkel. What about Stefan?
I think that's when they kissed finally.
Oh,
That's when he
okay,
was
okay.
In the Stefan form.
So, like, 1 second, he was some nerd who Laura didn't want no life with. And then the next second, hey, girl, I'm Stefan. I'm wearing an oversized overcoat.
He lost the glasses.
Yeah.
He lost the like nasally high pitched voice.
Oh yeah. I'm Stefan. I'm no longer Urkel. I was at Disneyland at one point in my life, but they were filming something because Family Matters was ABC. ABC was still is owned by Disney on some sort. So it was a Disney ABC Family Matters thing, but they were filming something at Disneyland when I was there. So Urkel was doing whatever he was doing. And
Jaleel White?
yes.
Or was he in character?
Exactly. Well, he was in character.
Oh, okay.
But so they were doing that thing or they were setting the shot up, but Jaleel was there. Jaleel White is Urkel's real name. And so all these idiots were like, Urkel. And he didn't respond because he was like, okay, whatever.
He's over it.
These fucking assholes. These celebrity obsessed paparazzi. But I knew his real name.
Oh.
I knew his real name was Jaleel White because I'm obsessed with celebrity and in my entire life. And so Urkel, and he paid attention to whatever, the script person or the producer. He was in his element. He was ignoring everyone.
He's trying to work.
Yeah.
And all these people are bugging him.
Yeah. And so while everyone's screaming Urkel, he ignores it. I scream, Jaleel! Hey, Jaleel! And he looked over at me and he waved, hi! Yeah.
Okay, hi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
That was my brush with celebrity
Did you wave back?
at Disneyland. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We had a moment. Me and Stefan. Me and Jaleel. White, if you will.
And oop.
Okay. So, cruises, honey. What does a cruise on the ocean mean to you in your life?
I've been on one cruise in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
It was the honeymoon for my first marriage.
Wait. You used to be married?
Yeah, but only once.
Stop the pod. Stop the recording!
So I was only 22, okay? I was
Okay.
young and stupid.
Yes.
Okay. We went on a cruise. We left out of Long Beach. And
You had to drive from Sacramento to Long Beach
We
and then
did.
hop on a boat.
correct. That's what we did.
Sounds painstaking.
And then we launched out of Long Beach. We stopped at Catalina Island off the coast of California.
Was this before you were married or after?
Right after, like
Okay.
a week after we were married.
Oh, a honeymoon.
Yeah.
Did you say that 25 seconds ago?
I sure did.
I'm sorry. Please continue, honey.
This is the summer of 2006.
Yes.
So yeah, our cruise,
Cruise.
we anchored in Catalina Island.
Yeah.
And we stayed there for a day. So
Yeah.
we got off the boat. We went for like a golf cart tour
Yeah.
ride around the island, which was really interesting.
Yeah.
The Wrigley family, famous for the Wrigley gum.
Oh, Wrigley Field in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah. That they like practically own Catalina Island.
Oh.
So you drive on this tour and you're driving your own little golf cart and you pass by the Wrigley estate and you're like this is where the Wrigley guy, I don't know if the original, he must be dead by now.
This is where the gum guy did animal sacrifice. Yes.
I don't know if he's alive or dead, but yeah, that's like the Wrigley Manor
Yeah.
and he owns
Was this
Catalina
something to
Island.
behold?
Yeah. It was up on a hill,
Yeah.
highway. So we just kind of passed by it and then you continue around the island. That was really cool. And then there's bars and there's restaurants and there's a ton of like water activities. So
Yeah.
we did, we rented a little paddleboard. Or what's the thing? You sit in it and you both like pedal like you're on a bicycle.
Yeah.
And the two of you are bicycling.
Yeah, on the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were both super out of shape.
Ah.
We made it like 10 minutes and then we were exhausted.
Yeah.
And we had to like turn around in the little cove and we like paused. We took so many breaks.
Why
'Cause
would you combine cardio and your honeymoon,
I
honey?
had no idea this would be so difficult.
Yeah.
But we were like, bicycling, paddling, boarding, whatever the heck it's called.
Yeah.
It was really awful. So we finally got back to the shore and we're like, let's go get a drink.
This reminds me of the bike brew things that you see.
Yeah, that phenomenon.
And downtown Sacramento, you just see like a bunch of people pedaling on this vehicle bar thing. And there's a water version too. People floating along on a nautical vehicle of some sort, and there's lots of work, like the bike brew boat or whatever. Like, who is that for?
I hate it. That looks awful.
I know. I hate them. I hate myself for even considering it.
I hate the concept.
Right.
I hate the owners.
I'd be like, can I stop pedaling and just drink? And
yeah, who wants to exercise while they're drinking?
I don't know. Well, why did you do that?
Well,
you didn't know where you were getting into.
I had no idea it was going to be so taxing on my body physically.
And then for that reason, you divorced your first husband, honey, and then found the man of your dreams. I went on a cruise with my parents way back. I was 12-ish, 13. And I have 4 specific memories from this cruise. And it was, we took off from San Diego. We were in San Diego. And it was the Mexico thing. We did Ensenada, Puerto Vallarta, and one more city that starts with a C that I can't think of right now. But my 4 specific memories are, there was like a teen area. And I was a teenager, a kid area. With arcade games. There were 2 arcade games. And this is like the old school, like as tall as you, 5 or 6 feet arcade box game with joysticks that you would sit there and play. Not like these kids with their Nintendo Switches, honey. Lennox needs a new Nintendo Switch. Mm-hmm. What happened to his current Nintendo?
He played it so hard that it broke.
He went hard.
Oh, he went hard.
He went ham on his Switch, and you said you're gonna get him one. Santa's gonna get him one.
I said, how about Christmas? Why not?
That's like $200.
And
well, if he didn't play it so hard, he would still have it.
He's had it for 2 years, though. That's not bad.
This is so Lennox. Like, he's like, my charger doesn't work. I'm like, well, you're pulling on the cable.
His stuff breaks constantly.
You fall asleep on
He's so rough.
the charger. And anyways, but there was a video game called Bad Dudes. And back in the day, there was a video game called Double Dragon, which was like a worldwide smash success. It was in every round table on the planet. And I played it for hours nonstop. But Bad Dudes, so big time success means a lot of knockoffs.
Right.
Bad Dudes was one of those knockoffs where there's 2 bad dudes and they fight the bad guys. And this particular arcade game of Bad Dudes, I'm not sure what happened. Glitch software. Okay, it might have been Russian hacking, but it didn't require quarters. And back in the day, you had to put a quarter in a video game to play, and it was like a little red lit up rectangle that said 25 and the cent symbol, and you would put your quarter in there. You could be able to play it. But for whatever reason, this video game of Bad Dudes didn't require it, so it was free. You could play it all day and all night. And we did. And me and the other teenagers on the cruise played it as much as we could. But I wasn't good at gaming. I'm still not, because I'm an adult now. When I was a teenager, I wasn't good at gaming because,
no excuse.
The hand-eye coordination.
Oh, okay.
I was good at Madden, honey. I wasn't good at Madden, but that's what we mostly played. But Bad Dudes was free, but I died really quickly. And I played the first 45 seconds of Bad Dudes a couple hundred times on someone else's dime, someone else's quarter. But it was fun stuff. The next thing I remember from that cruise is I found out what a virgin daiquiri was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So me and my teenage friends that I made on the cruise, they were like, "You can order a virgin daiquiri," and I was like, "What's that?" And they're like, "Well, it's a daiquiri, which has alcohol, but it's virgin, so there's no alcohol, so you can order it, dude." Can like a 6-year-old order a virgin daiquiri, or would the bartender
Yes.
step in and be like,
No. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
Dude, ordering virgin drinks when you're underage is so much fun.
right,
Because they're so fancy and they feel so adult.
yeah,
And you're like, this is living.
yeah. I'm out here, but I'm not really out here. But I got whispers of a virgin daiquiri, so
Word on the street was you could
word-
order a virgin drink.
the kids are on TikTok are talking about the virgin daiquiri challenge. So I'm with my parents, and I'm like, "Hey, can I order a virgin daiquiri?" And they're like, "Yeah, go ahead." So I order a virgin daiquiri from the bartender. She brings it to me, and I was like, "Oh, this is I feel like an adult. I'm ready to gamble and
Did you feel like James Bond and you were like making eyes at some young girl across the bar?
yeah." Half the time I felt like James Bond. Half the time I felt like I was gonna be a transient in front of the Walmart, if you will.
Yeah, you could go one of either direction.
But the virgin daiquiri was a gateway to
Oh, totally.
yeah,
It's such a gateway drug.
yeah.
I remember the first time I had a virgin drink. Well, does a Shirley Temple count? It's just like Sprite with grenadine, which is like practically red food coloring. That was my gateway drug.
Yeah.
I remember ordering Shirley Temples at the Applebee's
Really?
when I was a teenager. Yeah, and I'd go.
Were you with your parents or someone
No,
else's
I
parents?
was with my friends.
Ah,
And I think we all would kind of order these virgin drinks. But
Yeah.
Shirley Temple was my favorite.
yeah. And the bartender would serve them up, and be like, "You're on a bad.
They were like,
You're on a bad path."
they're like, okay, you losers.
Right. Come
It's
back
Sprite
in 6
and food coloring.
Come back in 6 years when you're getting trashed at the Applebee's on your own dime. Yeah, I had my first virgin daiquiri. It was really sweet,
Yeah, of course.
and
It's a bunch of syrup.
yeah, and now that I'm a raging alcoholic, thanks, Mom, for letting me order the virgin daiquiri.
You started me on this path.
On this cruise, there was a talent show. So the passengers, if you could play an instrument, I don't know why you would have a freaking saxophone, but if you could,
Right. I brought my trumpet on the cruise with me.
if you could dance or sing, talent show, and passengers could enter it. So
That's very risky.
yeah.
Like, let's open this up to passenger submissions.
Right. It was American Idol before American Idol. And I thought, 12-year-old me thought, well, I'm going to do stand-up comedy.
You're like, I'm a funny guy.
Yeah, I watch Al Bundy. I watch Seinfeld. I don't know if it was actually out then, but just go with the bit. And I listen to Howard Stern. My 3 comedy icons. I'm going to write some material, and I'm going to deliver it via the microphone, stand-up performance. So I had 3 jokes for this talent show. I don't remember the other 2, but the one I remember was, well, back in the day, honey, there was a airplane flight, Pan Am Flight 103, which crashed in Scotland. And the city it crashed in was Lockerbie, Scotland.
Okay, I've heard of that.
270 people died.
Ooh,
Yeah.
tragic.
Yes. And so my joke was, first of all, very, very risque, very blue.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. And I did the whole setup. Okay, I was like Jerry Seinfeld. I mentioned Seinfeld. And I said, hey, anyone come in on a plane?
Hey,
Who flew
guys.
from Milwaukee? Hey, guys, we out here. But I did the whole setup, and I said, hey, and it crashed in late 1988. And the cruise I was on was summer 1989. So
Oh.
it had been 6-ish months.
Less than a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is this going?
So I set it up properly, like a good comedian
Good
would
job.
do.
Good job.
Hey, did you hear about the Pan Am Flight 103, everyone? Be sure to tip your waitress. 3 drink minimum. And they said, yeah, Pan Am Flight 103, 270 people died, and then crashed in Lockerbie, Scotland. And then my punchline was, or as I like to call it, Locker Debris, Scotland.
I get it.
Yeah.
Debris.
That
Locker debris.
Yeah. See, the plane, it explodes, honey, and then there's debris
Right.
everywhere on the ground. That's comedy. It was met with silence on this podcast, but in actuality, there was nervous laughter,
Wow.
hesitant.
Scattered, nervous laughter.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It was very edgy.
Were there any boos?
No, but I should.
Were there any, how dare you?
No. Or in a Scottish accent, how dare ye?
That's my kinsfolk. I don't know.
I'm gonna come up there in my kilt and kick the shit out of you. No. Hesitant, nervous laughter. I should have been canceled. Okay.
Did you drop the mic, bow, and run off the stage?
Yeah. And I said, screw Joe Biden or Donald Trump. But it was very blue.
Very
And
dark. Wow.
Joking about 270 people dying 6 months after the fact.
And you're 12 years old?
Right, I'm a 12-year-old
Wow.
joking about a commercial plane flight where nearly 300 people died.
Did your parents know you had this joke on the roster?
No. I like to ride alone.
Were
Like
your
Hunter Thompson.
Were your parents there at
No.
the show? What?
No.
Why not?
They were well. That gets into my fourth point.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. They didn't show up.
Wow.
Um.
So you're alone out there.
Yeah. And listen. Too soon? Yeah. 6 months.
Way too soon, I think.
Well, maybe it should be like a 12-year-old novice. It's not so soon because he's not aware of life.
I bet you the people who were in the audience and the people working that day, they still remember that joke. They still recount this event to relatives and friends.
Yeah.
You have never been forgotten for your edgy, inappropriate humor.
Forgotten, and they're still trying to cancel me on Twitter again.
They're like, who's that young man? Track him down.
Yeah. It was, I don't know. It's led to a life of trying to be shocking.
Did you learn anything from this incident?
I was the original shock jock. No. Well, I've learned that with time comes it was too soon. But I was young and I was dumb. What the hell do you want from me? Okay. I was the first Andy Kaufman, honey. Before Andy Kaufman. Okay.
Wow.
He exists.
You were like 15 years after him, but okay.
I was Lenny Bruce.
Uh-huh.
After Lenny Bruce. I was George Carlin. Rest in power. I don't know. But yeah, that was my joke.
Good job.
And it's led to a life of trying to make people laugh and maybe tone it back. Well, my edginess led me to get fired from Good Day Sacramento, honey.
Oh, yes it did. That's a story for another day.
Yeah, that's on our Patreon. And finally, the last memory from this cruise. I remember, so it was me, my stepdad, who's known as Grandpa Curtis, and my mom, Grandma Tian. 3 of us in a room, and the cruise rooms are hecka small. Like there's room for a twin bed or two.
Did you even have a bed of your own, or were you like on a little cot?
I did. I was on a bunk.
Oh,
so there was
a bunk?
Yeah, there was bunks, and then there were 3 total beds.
Okay.
So one night during this multi-day cruise, during dinner, Grandpa Curtis leans over to me and whispers in my ear, and he says, "Don't come back to the room till about 8:30." And I thought, okay, I'll play Bad Dudes for 700 times. But now, as a married man with a couple wild chows in our domicile, I get it.
Right.
I feel you.
You know what's happening there.
I get you, bro. But I didn't come back till 8:45. I figure 15 minutes leeway.
Oh,
estimate.
That's so nice of you.
Yeah, I'm very considerate.
This is so fascinating to me that you were like 12 years old.
Yeah.
And your parents were just letting you run wild, willy-nilly, without supervision all over the boat.
Yeah. Well,
so you went to the talent show,
Mm-hmm.
performed nonetheless.
Yeah.
You were in the casino
Yeah.
or the arcade.
Playing Bad Dudes.
You were, whatever else you were doing when they were alone in the room.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine letting either of our kids, aged 13 or 10, run wild on a cruise ship without supervision.
They can't go offshore because you're on the water.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of staff kind of making sure. But on the other hand, if you get into some hijinks or some nonsense, what's the worst that can happen?
You say staff, I say predator.
It's a controlled environment.
Okay,
honey.
there's predators
Yeah.
abounding.
Are
Both
they-
both guest and staff.
Okay.
And then there's railings, 360 degree of railings
falling
where someone
over.
could fall over into the ocean.
Yeah.
So
And,
unsafe.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine letting my kids just run about without supervision.
Okay, Miss Helicopter Mom. But does that happen? Has that happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen the 60 Minutes episodes, okay?
It's happened 3 times in 27 years.
Well, somehow you're still here
Right.
30 years later.
We're
You
all
made
still
it.
here. Yeah. It was fine. We had our run of the ship, but in the end we were good kids, just like I'm a good person.
I'm still a good kid.
And you engage in malarkey and silliness, but it's not that big of a deal. And you're not going to jump over the freaking starboard.
What if you get pushed?
By
Some no
By Ethan Hawke in the black phone, honey.
some ne'er-do-well child.
Sure. It didn't happen. We're still out here. I'm still out here. I said we because I watch YouTube vloggers. But yeah, that was my memory from that cruise. But Below Deck is a fantastic show.
Oh yeah.
Taking it back to the TV show, it's excellent. It's exactly what we want. We yell at the TV. We say, "Shut up! You're an idiot."
You're so stupid.
Yeah, and then when Zach and Lisa kids are like, "Oh shit, we out here."
Love it.
Also, we've watched Abercrombie and Fitch White Hot documentary, which was an hour and a half. It could have been 45 minutes. But it's nothing you haven't heard before. But Abercrombie and Fitch was a brand that I don't know what this means, but it meant something to me when I was in college. And
You aspired to be these guys
Yeah.
in these advertisements.
yeah, and then through their CEO and through racial, I don't want to say racist, but racial,
Racial profiling.
and T-shirts and marketing, it gained a reputation, but it's gone. It's Abercrombie & Fitch, the brand, has done a full 180. And so before they used to be like, we don't want fat people. We don't want ugly people.
Right. They totally catered to and employed
Yeah.
like the white East Coast elite,
Preppy.
like blonde hair, blue eyed.
Yeah. New Hampshire, Cape Cod.
Yeah, old money.
Virginia.
That's what they were selling, and that's what we were all buying.
Yeah. And they've done, because of various controversies through the years, they've done a complete 180, and everyone's welcome, and we're body positive, and we love everyone, and come on in, everyone. And I think it's such a turnoff to me, because back in the day, you aspired to be a good-looking white man or white woman.
You wanted to be exclusive.
Right.
You wanted to be part of the in crowd.
Right. And even though I couldn't afford these clothes and I couldn't fit into these clothes and I look silly in these clothes, wearing these clothes, it felt like you were attaining something, or you were part of an exclusive club. But now that it's gone full reverse, like everyone's welcome, and Abercrombie, we don't even know what that means. We don't know that brand. We don't put that name on the t-shirts.
We don't know. What do we stand for? Who knows?
Right. It's kind of a turnoff, and I miss that just meanness, I guess.
Yeah, like on one hand, their hiring practices were certainly illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Because they excluded anyone who was not white or not good looking. So obviously, like, that's not legal.
It's questionable, but when you're casting a movie and you want a white family or even a black family, you cast accordingly.
Okay,
Anyways.
that's sort of a different issue.
Yeah, than a store in a mall in
Right.
freaking Nashville.
Right.
Yeah.
But without these like restrictions and exclusivity,
Yeah.
how are you any different from the Walmart brand?
Right.
How are you any different from like what I can buy for a quarter of the price?
Shein. Right.
Yeah. Like what sets you apart? What makes
Right.
you different or special or elite?
I miss that East Coast mystique with Jennifer Lawrence, who was actually an Abercrombie model. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. There were a few celebrities, like Channing Tatum, right? Wasn't he one of their models?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is a really good documentary.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if it was really good.
I was thoroughly entertained and intrigued by it.
It should have been half the time.
Okay,
But
true.
that's most documentaries we watch.
I love the behind the scenes
Yeah.
of documentaries and just showing what was going on beneath like the surface of what you experienced
Yeah.
going to your local mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for better or worse, I think they lost something when they let go of that discrimination exclusivity.
Yeah.
So yes, you're hurting people,
Yeah.
and yet when you let go of that, you're hurting your brand.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Then you see like just anyone wearing Abercrombie.
So what makes it special?
That's the whole like what is a brand? What is clothing? What is identity? Like we watched the Von Dutch documentary on Hulu, which was good. And why did this Von Dutch thing take off and become a thing, and then freaking like just collapse into a ball of flames in a couple of years? It's hard to nail down. But yeah, I think I miss Abercrombie having that image.
You still wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
I do.
But are you less inclined to shop there now?
Yeah. Well, they've gone away from putting Abercrombie on their t-shirts. And I liked the word Abercrombie on a t-shirt because it says, wow, this person paid $40 for a freaking cotton t-shirt.
You are a label whore.
I am. Name brands give me confidence.
They give you joy.
Yeah, they give me self-esteem, and isn't that what we're all looking for, honey? But I miss the old Abercrombie, but now everything is so virtue signaling, and really it's some hedge fund that has that bought the rights to Abercrombie and Fitch a couple of years ago, and they're trying to maximize their profits.
Everything we're talking about, it boils down to capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so...
Which is... What's wrong with society?
Capitalism, basically.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I miss the... I miss those young muscle-bound men playing football.
You miss those paper bags of like topless men with their muscles showing.
Those bags and that catalog, and you just felt like you were part of something, even though Abercrombie would never let me into a modeling session. They would never take a picture of me. There's a phrase, I would never want to be in a club that would let me in. That's exactly what I aspired to. I desired.
That's like a tragic phenomenon.
Yeah.
There's that same mentality. This is a bit of an offshoot, but like some people have that mentality for like when it comes to dating. They're like, if anyone would be interested in me and think I'm like hot and worthy of dating, then they're not worthy of me dating.
I don't want that. And I don't want no part of that. Yeah.
That's sad, and that's like not right.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting phenomenon.
Yeah. And now there's Shein, which is fast fashion.
Don't even get me started on that.
Well, instead of writing Abercrombie, they write Los Angeles, which you can't trademark because it's a city name, or California. But their stuff is cool.
Old Navy was doing this like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like just putting New York on a tank top, and then I eagerly bought it up.
Yeah. Old Navy?
Yeah.
What about Gap?
I shopped at Gap a bit.
Would you wear? How do you do? Is a t-shirt that says Gap higher or lower than Old Navy?
In 2022?
Yeah.
They're equally cringe.
And then Banana Republic, and this is all the same company.
Yeah.
Gap, Old Navy, Banana Republic.
Right.
Would you put Banana Republic equal or above Old Navy and Gap?
Above.
Yeah. Same.
Although, yeah, I would put it above, but at my age, I'm 38. I don't want to wear any...
Yes.
I don't want to wear any logo on my t-shirt.
I know.
I'm over that. I'm too old for this crap.
You're over it. I can't let go of it. And that's
You're so much older than me.
That's our
you crazy old man.
I know. That's our torrid love affair. That's our love. That's our courtship. That's how we define who we are. Alrighty. Well, are we done, honey?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to pee and eat.
Alrighty. Well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try it a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate. Or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Stitch Fix. We don't have a promo code for Stitch Fix. With Stitch Fix, you can indicate your style. And then they send you clothes based on your style. So you can be like, I like Abercrombie.
I'd be like, I like blank Walmart t-shirts.
Goodbye, my podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. Although if you're wearing a t-shirt that says Abercrombie and Fitch on it, we love you a little bit more. Or I love you a little bit more.
I like girls who wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
LFO.
I'd take it if you had one wish.
We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may have said that I'm a label whore, but I'm still a good person, and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for caring. I hope you have a wonderful day/night. Oh, bye. What are you looking at?
This.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest met his friend Jacob.
Our next guest
at the pool.
Will do anything for the cost of Pringles. Or not. I'll get rid of the blooper. Okay, bye.
You may know him from punching our sofa pillows. Luna already tried this. Okay, this bit didn't work.
He did not, Lennox.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing about punching sofa pillows?
You can imagine it's someone who he hates. Yeah, pretty much.
Who do you hate?
No,
You're so full of
it's just fun.
Do you imagine that you're like a ninja? Ninja warrior?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like girls who wear Abercrombie and Fitch?
No.
Last night I made popcorn on the stovetop, and you said it was too buttery.
It didn't taste like popcorn. It
What
wasn't
did-
popcorn.
What did it taste like?
It was.
I don't know.
Popped corn kernels.
Was it way too wet?
Yeah. Well, no.
Wet.
I think he makes like
That's me.
Da Vinci.
Yeah.
sometimes we make popcorn that's too buttery.
Yeah.
And like last night, you made popcorn that doesn't taste like popcorn.
What did it taste like?
I don't know.
It was.
Not popcorn.
It was corn that I put heat onto. It was literally popcorn. Listen, my recipe for popcorn, fresh popcorn made on the stove. Add butter. Step 1, add butter. Step 2, add salt. Step 3, add more salt.
I think you failed with that terrible spray stuff. That spray stuff is horrible.
Yeah.
And our entire living room like stunk of this fume
I bought that in a
of the
week.
spray fume.
I came down to watch Survivor.
Luna watched Survivor till 5 a.m.
And then I watched it again.
Lennox, you want a new cat. Another cat. And you don't want to replace Frankie.
Yeah, I want another
A
cat.
second cat.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, plead, beg. Kathy Lewis hates Frankie. Grandma Teen hates Frankie, but please go ahead.
Baby
State
cat.
your case.
I want another cat because the more the merrier.
Well, how can you argue with that?
You see
The
the
la-
pooper right here?
The last time you cleaned Frankie's poop was
6 months
We
ago.
don't talk about
March?
that. We don't talk about that.
6 months ago. I cleaned it when I was sick.
Yeah.
I threw up 3 times in the span of a week, and
Yeah.
I still cleaned his poop.
Do you want a second cat, Luna?
No, I'm happy with Franklin.
Oh, yeah. So,
Mom
I'm
does.
upset that something doesn't want to cuddle you, but then when someone wants to cuddle you, you get upset that they want to cuddle you. You're indecisive.
Luna puts in work, doesn't want another cat. Lennox does not help with Frankie, wants another cat.
I feed him.
Let me think. You feed him too much and then he vomits on our carpet.
What was the last time he vomited?
2 weeks
A
ago?
couple weeks ago.
Exactly.
Do you want a
When was the
kitten?
last time I vomited and cleaned his poop? A couple days ago.
Do you want a kitten or an old?
I want like a kind of
I
a
want
kitten.
an old cat that's lazy, but
Wait.
loves you.
So you do want a
No,
second
I'm
cat?
saying if we were to get a second cat, I want an
Oh.
old cat. I don't want a kitten.
When Frankie ties?
No, I'm taking Franklin when I move. That's
Ah.
the best. Anyway. And oop.
Listen, I joked about 270 people dying. Luna.
I would have.
Don't at me,
that.
bro.
I would have laughed at that. That's funny.
I was laughing
Dark.
in my room when you said that.
Dark humor.
Did you hear his stand-up joke?
See, if there were
If you did that,
10-year-olds and 13-year-olds on the cruise, I would have killed.
no. If you were to do that with Gen Z, then you would have killed it.
Oh yeah.
But you had older people there.
These boomers, they didn't get
boomers
it.
didn't understand.
No, no.
They do
Yeah.
not understand the compilation jokes I have on my 40 page on YouTube. That
I
is
heard
so-
a breakdown of comedy and Gen X, very existential.
Are you Gen X?
Yes.
Okay.
Very reality bites. Gen Y.
What's
very,
Gen Y? Younger
the
than
ones
you?
after Gen X. Yes. Very South Park nihilistic. And then Gen Z, Lennox and Luna.
Lennox barely qualifies.
It's very it's not the classic comedy of set up punchline or a joke or a bit or a sketch. It's like memes or a
Wait.
vibe. Yeah.
Did you say Gen Y in place of millennial?
I don't know.
Because I'm a millennial,
Yeah.
and I have to be the generation after you.
Hmm.
right?
Gen Z is age 11, or I think 9 to 23.
Okay.
No, the 14 years is not a generation. It's like 10, right?
No. It's really broad, which is why generations are so stupid because they're so broad.
Okay. Well, let's not define
Millennials are like 39 through 26.
Well, let's not
which is
define
stupid.
generations as anything. Let's say there was Reality Bites, there was South Park, and now there's
I
memes
love South Park.
on TikTok.
Oh, yeah, Luna does love,
I love
South
South
Park.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
her favorite show, and she's
She's an old soul.
I used to watch Big Bang Theory growing up.
Big Bang Theory and South Park is Luna's.
They're my, and
What
it's
is
that
she?
70s show.
What is she, a 50-year-old woman?
I might be, honestly.
Alrighty. Well, that's it.
That's it.
Oh, we're adding that part
Oh,
in?
bye-bye.
How did we go from getting another cat to having
I don't know.
to loving South?
Lennox wants to talk more.
I'm not paying
You didn't
attention.
let me finish the cat thing. Okay.
Go ahead.
Bye.
Kathy Lewis says no, and Grandma Tien hates Frankie, but
I
yeah.
want another cat because they're cute.
Exactly.
More Frankie pictures.
Yeah, you body shame Franklin.
There's a plethora of Frankie pictures on our telephones, and cute cat pictures on the internet abound, Lennox.
Bro, just get like Pinterest or something and search up cute cats.
Yeah, bro, get yourself a Pinterest, okay?
I'm with Lennox. I want a second cat.
I want like a snuggly cat that snuggles us.
I'm with Vince.
That's
You
then
have
we-
mom and you never cuddle her.
So Vince, oh shoot. Vince and Luna say no second cat. Lennox and I say cat.
if we get rid of Frankie, I'm in
Going
favor.
back to
of-
No!
getting a cat, I honestly, when you first got Franklin, I thought you guys were getting a divorce, and I was really sad.
Holy shit!
Wow, this got dark.
Wow, why don't you joke about Pan Am Flight 103 next, Luna?
What's darker, a divorce joke of your parents or a plane crashing?
It's like crafting. Because at least you like actually lost life.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but divorce is very direct.
Well,
Jesus.
Near.
You guys left, and then mom left, and then Vince was like, "Family, we need a serious note." And he was
That's
all
true.
stern and mean, and
That's
we
true.
were just like, and he told it. He was like, "Sit on the couch," and we were just like,
That's true.
and we were like hyperventilating, and then we heard a bell, and then we thought it was a dog, but then it turned out to be that.
Because Mom and I were planning the reveal of Frankie. We were like on the drive from Leslie
Leslie's.
Benson's house. We were plotting how are we gonna do this for the TikTok views. No, we didn't have our phones. We didn't take video. Okay, we were in the moment, but we were like, well, how are we gonna do this? And so you were downstairs in the garage, and I came inside. I said, Lennox, Luna, come on the couch, which probably shocked the shit out of him.
Luna's making you sound way meaner than come on the couch.
He's
Luna.
a great
Come,
actor.
children, come on the couch.
No, he was like, it kind of looks like he had no emotion. It was just like, okay, it's like we're like.
Well,
stern.
I was playing it straight, Luna. Okay,
I know you.
I'm an actor.
I
Okay,
started like I was like,
Luna's hyperventilating, tearing up.
no, I started crying when I heard the bell because I was just like, oh, we got a dog, but we didn't get a dog, we got a cat. A cat who likes to attack us at night.
I didn't want you guys to know what. Listen, I played Kaneki in the 7th grade production of Grease at Bernardo Heights Middle School in 1993.
You would be
Okay,
so good to like be on Survivor because that's all about mind games. Or I'm just watching way too much Survivor.
I played it straight because I wanted to surprise the shit out of you guys.
You did.
Yeah. So, like, Luna almost cried, right?
Yeah.
Well, I cried when I heard the bell.
Well, she thought we were getting a divorce.
From divorce to cat. I think we have a pod title. Okay.
From divorce to cat, exactly.
South Park.
Lennox.
Divorce to cat to South Park.
Yeah.
The full
Anything?
range of human emotions.
Frankie, do you have a hot take? Lennox?
Frankie, do you remember when you came here 2 years ago? Do you
It was 1 year
remember?
ago.
1.5.
Remember when you were unhappy and you're still unhappy? Do you think you was happier with Leslie Benson?
No.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay. Well, that's the end of the
Yeah,
pod.
because all of our attention is to him, and
Thanks
there
for
was another
listening. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
cat. You already did the outro.
Like 4 times.
Bye-bye.
Because you guys want to. Okay, it's fine.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Look at your fingers, even though I didn't say anything.
And oop.
Ooh!
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer.